in the 80 kilo class. He has gone to the Arnold Pro-Am, right? That's what they call it now. And
yeah, this past year, 2025.
yeah, which is a world tournament, in case anybody doesn't know. And then you also went to America's Strongest Man, and 2024 you podium for amateur nationals, correct?
Yeah, I took second there.
Cool. So I recently got Iron Podium Premium. I fell in for it.
And I did it a little while ago. I got you.
But I was looking at the scoreboard, and you're our only diamond guy.
Really? Okay. Well,
yeah.
Cool.
So the next highest rankings among the other athletes is platinum for the 90 kilo class.
Got you. How old is that calculated? What would even make someone diamond or platinum or anything?
It's on a Z score based off of however many athletes you competed against, how many states you've competed in. And it's also based off of whether you beat someone with a higher Z score.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So the highest Z score you can get is 500, which I don't think anybody's getting.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, that's like kind of the general gist of it. It's based on how well you do moving events, like what your times are, how much weight you move on a max event, and how well you score overall in podium scorings. So if you've like improved your scoring, like in the sense of like podium, like you podium very frequently, or you're a very consistent competitor and you tend to win comps, like
that'll help you out too.
They'll account for that. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I just was poking around. I saw everyone had a different color. I didn't know how it worked out or whatever. But that's cool. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So that's like the fun information behind it. So I guess we'll talk about Natural USA since I went into like what you can do and all the cool stuff you got going on for yourself. What do you think about the events? Starting off with like the axle clean and press.
So I'm really liking them. I mean, they're some good events for me. Just kind of running on down. You know, I love pressing. Anyone that knows how I compete, press is going to be one of my main things. I think it's cool that there's a trump axle, so you get your choice. You know, I think a couple of guys, myself included, are going to be able to rep out that 260 higher axle. But then that 220 gives some guys some options, you know, so that you don't zero the event. Those guys that may not have as good a pressing, as good at pressing, they could still kind of stay in the show. They can stay in there, place highly on the 220 axle, and then do okay on the other events, and maybe hit the podium. But I really don't know. I think the next is deadlift. I know all the events. I kind of got them out of order. I think it's cool that they are going to be 3 different bars. Progressively get easier as the weight goes up. So I think it kind of accounts for it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a great deadlifter. I know I'm going against some heavier guys here. Got a better deadlift, but I'm just looking to get to that final bar and see what I can do there. You know, it's one of those things. We'll just see how I feel day of. Yeah. Anything to say on those two before I keep on working?
Yeah. So for the actual clean and press, actually, let me go to the scoreboard real quick so I can talk about it. Obviously, we already know I can axle clean and press 260 for reps. So there's no surprise there. Ted Howless, he won Mr. America. He's actually a pretty decent presser.
We'll pull this up.
Mr. America is a pretty heavy show in New Jersey. In case anybody Blake Vandal won last year, and his press is pretty decent too.
Won the East Coast qualifier?
Yeah, he won the East Coast qualifier last year, which this is basically the same show. It just has a rebranding on like being Natural USA now.
Yeah, that's what drew me to it, to be honest.
And then Matthew Lamore, he's competed at USS Nationals. I don't know exactly how he placed. I didn't do too much research on that, but he's a pretty good presser too.
Beautiful.
Dominic DeCipio, he's a local competitor in like the PA scene. He's competed as a 231 every once in a while. So assuming the cut doesn't bother him, I think he'll do pretty good on that too.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Eddie Germain, he's another standout guy. He's also a platinum level competitor. He can press the 260, but he's not going to have a good time with it. He's more of a deadlifter. He's going to be a guy to look out on deadlift.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then Anthony Gardner, I don't know much about him, but I know he's a platinum level competitor based off of the data.
Okay.
So for
I did
deadlift,
some poking around, but all the names kind of meshed together. Couldn't really
it's
tell
okay.
you.
There's like 15 names almost. So
Exactly. Yeah, we got a lot of guys.
yeah. So I think ties are going to be like vitally even more important at this point because there's no split times on any of the events.
Yeah.
So that's
Can
gonna.
work in your favor, cannot. Really depends.
I mean, it depends on how good the judging is for it. Like if they're fast enough, or if they have the right technology to split time it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's just too much human error there that I don't know. I think just having straight reps is perfect.
Yeah, I think if it's heavy enough, the split time is fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I think this ladder is heavy enough to where if you split timed it, it wouldn't. I don't think anybody would be like 2 seconds apart from somebody else.
No.
But yeah, as far as like the deadlift ladder, I mean, a 500 axle, a 545 power bar, and a 585 deadlift bar for the rest of the minute. Big hitters on this one, obviously yourself.
Yeah.
Well, if you're feeling good, right?
Yeah.
Eddie Germain, I know he can do the third bar for possibly reps. So once again, he's going to be a big man on that. Blake Vandal, he's beaten most people on deadlift in like the previous year, but I think that's close to his max. So might see like 2 or 3 reps from him by now because I imagine he's gotten better and he hasn't posted a bunch. So I'm assuming there's some hidden talent to be seen.
Okay.
Matthew Lamore, his deadlift is pretty good too. I imagine he's going to get to the third bar as well.
Okay.
And Ted Howells,
I really think whoever ends up winning this is going to need 3-4 reps on that last bar
at least. Yeah,
I mean, we'll see.
And like I'm kind of lucky because I'm second to last, so I kind of get to like cruise.
Yeah. It's definitely a huge benefit being towards the end there. Yeah, I mean when I did nationals for USS back in 2022, I made sure that I signed up as soon as possible because they keep it consistent all the way through the show, and it's a huge advantage.
Yeah, I honestly like it when they do that because it kind of encourages people to sign up a little earlier.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can kind of like, I mean, we're kind of metagaming right now, but ideally you shouldn't have to metagame.
What do you mean exactly?
So metagaming, have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that?
I haven't, but I get the gist of it.
So like metagaming is where you like research like the villain characters you're going against before you actually go against them. Okay. So it's like you learn their name and you're like, oh, I looked up the stats and this is all I need to do to beat this character. And you're like, you're not supposed to know that because your character doesn't know that.
Yeah, my old coach used to come after me for that all the time. I've gotten better with it, but back in the day, I used to, I'd look up everybody, look up their name, Iron Podium, look up their name, Strongman, you check them all out. But I don't know, I've gotten kind of away from that because it's just, you drive yourself crazy.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're getting better and like you're smart at how you compete, then that's all you really need to do.
It's you against you anyway, so it doesn't really matter how everyone else does anyway.
No, agreed. Based off the listing, it looks like sandbag to shoulders next. So it'll be a 225 sandbag to a 250, and then repping out a 275 for the rest of the minute. So what do you think about this event?
I mean, I think that's going to be fun. I haven't done sandbag to shoulder in coming up on 2 years now. I don't know, I always enjoyed it. I'm glad that we're going to be throwing around some weight. I wish that there was a fourth bag, but
300 would be cool.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, 300 sounds cooler than 275. Let's be honest.
I'd rather have the 300 than to rep out the 275.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was for time. I thought it was go through the 3 quick as possible, but then I read it the other day and realized that it's for reps, which should be fun. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping for a couple on that last one. Haven't really touched any crazy weight on this. I haven't touched any crazy weight on really any of the implements. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I know whoever wins it is going to totally rep that 275 probably 3 or 4 times.
If they don't run out of time or air.
Exactly. That's the main thing is just running out of time. But, yeah, conditioning is going to be huge on that. Because if you can just get up there and just keep repping it out without gassing out, 3 or 4 easily.
Yeah, this comp is definitely swayed more towards like endurance athletes, even though it is heavy. Like it's not like a light show by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely like I wouldn't like to get something like 90% of my max and then try to see if I can rep it for like 5 reps.
Yeah.
You know, like that's kind of what it feels like at least.
Yeah, no, it's definitely geared toward endurance. And I think that's to a benefit of me. You know, I'm a lighter guy, so I'm not walking around with as much weight, you know, on like a deadlift or like a yoke, let's say, might not be as beneficial, but I'm hoping, we'll see, but I'm hoping that I don't gas out as quick as some of the other guys.
Yeah, it could definitely be a problem, especially with how, I mean, the yoke's not too heavy. It's 650, so it's like a good speed run. So we'll probably see some guys run that in a sub 30 for sure.
Oh, sub 30, absolutely. It's one way, right?
Yeah, 70 feet.
Yeah.
We'll see some sub 30s.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like, I don't think it's incredibly light since it's like triple body weight, but like, you know, it's still, well, for you, it's probably closer to 4, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting around like 200 right now. So not too far off.
Okay, that's good. So, it seems like the sandbag to shoulder ladder is kind of predicting around the same rep count, right? We're looking at like probably like at the top end, maybe like 5 or 6 reps tops, probably.
Total, yeah, including the first 2, absolutely. Yeah, I think 5 probably win it.
Oh man, a max is a sandbag carry after that. Sounds awful.
That's brutal. That's brutal. Yeah. I think everyone is probably dreading that.
Well, there's one guy that really, really enjoys that event. I don't know if you know Matt Sincota.
I know the name. I haven't competed with him or anything.
He was like, I'm going to win this event. I was like, I don't want to have to win this event.
Isn't he last to go also?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's in a good spot to do that.
I honestly just have no desire to win that event.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish it was like 30 seconds. I don't know.
The bag is light.
With 250 on your chest is rough.
It's more of having to have to run for a minute with that much weight on your chest because the bag's not heavy. Like I've carried a 300 for distance before, and like I can do it. I just don't like to do it.
Yeah, I don't know who really does though.
I mean, there's one guy in our group that does. So
that's true.
He is willing to go through pain and misery, unlike the rest of us.
God bless him.
Exactly. So, touching on yoke, we already mentioned that like we'll probably see some like 30-second runs, and then a farmer's hold, which I'm not really looking forward to training either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we talked about it. I totally forget. I broke my hand back last July. Somebody was pissing me off, so I punched him. No, I'm kidding. No, I hit something a little too hard, broke my finger. So I've been working on my grip a lot. It's been really improving. You know, it's a little out of line. I can feel it, but I'm really excited to see how I match up with everybody else, especially a weight class up. I'm super excited to see how my grip compares with everybody else.
I mean, most 80-kilo guys have pretty good grip for the most part.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
If it's not a hand size factor, then it's usually not a problem for you guys. But, I mean, for me, I'm not going to talk too much about myself because it's about you today. But I have nerve damage in my neck. So for me to do, like, okay at this event, I feel pretty good about it. I mean, in training, I've already gotten the comp weight. So now it's just like, am I willing to suffer for like a minute and a half, at the end of the comp? So,
yeah, I haven't really done any straight farmer handle holds yet. It's gonna be coming soon. I don't know. I'm just putting my trust in my coach. But I've been doing a lot of grip work. Like I was doing like towel pull-ups yesterday with the towel over the bar.
Oh wow.
Never did those before. Crazy. My hands were fried afterwards. Plate pinches. Kind of just stuff like that. I don't want to give everyone my regimen here, but I've been really blasting grip, and it's been feeling amazing recently.
Yeah, there's some good grip events. I mean, Mark Felix has done stuff like that. He's done like body weight rope climbs and stuff like that. So that sounds,
and probably the best grip in the world. So
Yeah,
doesn't he have the
especially
world
at like
record?
60 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's also got that old man strength, but gotta start somewhere.
I mean, he hasn't. I mean, he's almost been competing the whole length of time he competed at Worlds, right?
Oh, I
He's
don't.
been at Worlds for like 15 years,
Yeah.
15 appearances, give or take. He has the record, whatever it is.
Yeah. He's been in it for a long time.
Oh yeah, longer than anybody else. I think anybody else ever will be at this
And
point.
now he's been doing OSG. So I mean, if you lump those in too, he's probably nearing 20
Yeah, I would agree.
World's appearances.
So, speaking of which, like we talked about the events, we talked about like obviously how you think you'll fare in certain events. Overall, like, what do you think about the natural strongman scene? Do you see them getting like a pro system at some point? Do you foresee it like going beyond like much more established in America? Because I know it's more established in Europe right now.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I don't even know where to really start. I mean, I haven't had any personal experience competing with natural strongman yet. Certainly excited to, but no, I think it's important for people to have their choice if they want to use or if they don't. Because a lot of these top level, shows, I won't put any names out there necessarily. You have a lot of guys that are using. And it's hard because, I don't want to be blasting steroids at 27 years old. So it's nice to have that option. I think that every federation organization should have kind of differences that will cater to a certain competitor. So I think it's really important to have this option. As far as what I've seen online with their promotions and all of that, it seems that they're going in the right direction. It seems that they've been doing very good things. Even like little things. Like I like that they had the interviews the day before. Because at Worlds, it's a world championship, and a lot of us, know from personal experience, whether it's a nationals event, Worlds event, whatever. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Like even if you go to like OSG, for example, I know people have said in the past, I haven't been, that it doesn't feel like a world championship because you're in this empty arena. So I mean, we do it for the fun, we do it for the love of the game. So it's cool to get those little things also. As far as like a pro system, couldn't tell you. I think it'd be cool to have like an official title. But talking as a official pro, it doesn't really mean much. It's cool to say, oh yeah, I'm a pro strongman. Does that put any money in my pocket? No. And I know some federations it does. So it's really whatever they want to do with it. But I don't think it's a make or a break situation. As long as they just continue to improve, I think they're working in the right direction.
Cool. So, yeah, I could see a lot unraveling from that. I actually remember. Well, I'm not going to say too much in terms of names, but like, I mean, I work with two guys that podiumed in OSG juniors, and like the difference from last year to this year, definitely an improvement. But like,
oh yeah,
it's crazy to think that somebody wins this competition. They're considered the best junior in the world, right? And nothing happens afterwards. Like no, like, yeah, he got an invite to OSG, but like he was like, I don't feel like I'm ready yet. It's like, give me 2 years and I will probably put in some work. But it's like right now, it's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a hard transition for a lot of these juniors, especially like the heavyweight guys. Like those weight transitions are kind of ridiculous. So I think with natural kind of tying into natural worlds and stuff, like they have a 23-year-old option, which I think works really well for a lot of guys who don't plan on taking any sauce and they still want to, compete with some of the best people in the world.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I think it's awesome to have that option. And you have the weights kind of accommodate that also. But yeah, I don't know. It's working in the right direction. I know that natural strongman, They have the America's Strongest title now. I think that's the right step, a step in the right direction, rather. That's what drew me to it personally, because I want to be America's strongest natural man under 90 kilograms. Can I do it? Who knows? We'll see. But I think that's really cool. I don't know. I can't really speak as far as what happens on the other side of the pond. I don't know if they have necessarily nationals for each nation. I don't really know.
They actually do.
They do. Oh, that's awesome.
In Ireland's, they have I think they even have a whole UK system. They have a Europe that they have like a whole. They have a more integrated system.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I mean, in Europe, they even have novice and intermediate divisions.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I remember someone briefly touching on an intermediate class.
Was it Dan Eager?
No, I forget who it was. It might have been.
Because he's running Salt City Strongest or something like that. And he recently opened up an intermediate class in Syracuse, New York.
That's why I was probably where I saw it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's a cool idea. Kind of have it right in the middle. Kind of pick the class that works for you. The only issue with that is that I'm sure you've encountered this as a promoter yourself. Yeah, people that shouldn't be competing in their respective class.
Oh yeah, we have guys that do like novice 8 times.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, little story for you. My first show was New York Strongest Man. It was
it's a heavy show too, for anyone that doesn't know.
What's that?
It's a heavy show too, in case anyone doesn't know.
Oh yeah, it was I think it was 2019. I don't know. 2017. Back then. It was a while ago, my first show. I went novice because it was my first show. I had never competed before. I just had the wrestling background, was playing around with this. My favorite thing from the competition was the guy who won my class came in with the national shirt from the previous year. How does that work?
It doesn't work.
Exactly. So you always have that kind of issue with that I'm sure you would encounter with an intermediate class also. So I don't know. I think it's a cool idea for sure. But we'll see how it works when it gets kind of full scale.
Well, I think sometimes how you can combat that is just having more like masters or teen options or something like that.
Yeah.
I've noticed that if you offer like 3 different novice classes, you'll have less people in open, right?
Yeah.
Some people will be like, okay, we'll do 80 kilo novice, like a 105 novice, and then a heavyweight novice. If you just do 105s and heavyweights, you kind of force all the 80 kilo guys to just do open.
Yeah.
It's a class that just needs more guys in open.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That same show, there was 21 guys in the novice class, and there was 3 in the open class.
Yeah. I guarantee you half of them were 80 kilo guys, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of just pick whatever works for you as far as the weights go. Obviously no one ever wants to zero an event. And I think that's what kind of scares people into a novice. I think from the promoter side, and I can't speak too much on it because I haven't promoted a show yet.
Yeah.
But I mean I feel like that's a tell, like, hey, maybe the weights were a little too heavy. But I don't know. You see how the day goes. If you see everyone zeros it, then there's your tell. Yeah, maybe I did a little too heavy. Next time, got to reduce it. But yeah, I think the whole novice situation is kind of a slippery slope.
It can be.
Yeah.
I mean, as someone who has promoted, there's times where you literally have to pull someone to the side and be like, hey, you've won like 3 local shows that I've seen. You probably you're strong enough to do open. Just go and do open. Like there's no shame in not winning your first open.
Yeah.
And I think that's a hard conversation people don't want to have, but like that's how you get better. You do the shows that are a little out of reach, you get better, and you work your way up.
Yeah. Do you want to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond?
Yeah. I mean, eventually you just grow anyways, right? So
oh yeah, exactly.
It's better to not outgrow where you're at.
Exactly. Absolutely.
At least that's the hope that I have for everyone that's training in this sport.
Yeah. Yeah, not always the case, but in a perfect world.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that also comes down to people just not being in the right weight class either.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times I've heard a guy that's like 5'6" and he's like, I'm going to be a super heavyweight. I'm like, good luck.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I was like, shoot for 80 kilos and maybe you'll be like a lot better, you know?
Exactly. I mean, I forget who said it, but I heard someone say that it's not necessarily weight classes, it's more height classes. Because
Steve Coyne was big on that.
What's that?
Steve Coyne was big on that.
Okay, got you. I knew I heard it. I just forgot the name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, you could only hold so much on your frame. You know, it would be hard for me to be 300 pounds.
You probably wouldn't want to be 300.
Yeah, exactly. Where, you know, if you're 6'4", you're gonna look normal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's more of a height class system. I'm kind of playing around with bumping up here. I actually spoke to Matt Cooney, who's promoting the show, a couple years ago at a local show, and I was not having a good time. It was like a 4-week prep. I wasn't feeling good. I was cutting all kinds of weight, and he was like, "Dude, like you should just bump up a class." And he's like, "Not for like, you know, high level shows, but do like a couple local shows, a weight class up. Just have fun."
Yeah.
So that's kind of my goal with this.
Hence why he's a good coach too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just feel better like mentally about this, because just looking at it logically, you know, if I don't do too well, I'm up against heavier guys.
Yeah.
I want to see how I size up, because years down the road, I'm going to be there. You know, that's what I want to do. You know, I want to get bigger. I want to get stronger. And it's inevitable that one day I will be a definitive 90 kilogram. But I'm excited to see how I pair up. If I don't do too well, big whoop. You know, it's not a big deal. I'm just doing this one for fun. I'm super excited to go and enjoy it. I don't know if anyone else out there feels the same way that I do, but for me, I get hyper focused on these big shows, which it's just hard mentally, you know, and we don't do this full time. You know, we all have jobs and everything on top of it. It's really hard to juggle that and just the stress of it. But yeah, I'm really excited to just go have some fun, meet some cool people, and throw some weight around. It's gonna be fun.
Awesome. I mean, that's honestly I think the mantra of the sport is to just go and have fun.
Exactly.
But, you know,
and it's easy to get away from that, but that's what I got to get back to.
That's important because, like, as much as you want to feed your ego and be like, okay, I'm the best guy in the world or the nation or whatever the title is, right? Especially if it's a title-based competition.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we all want to be the best guy in whatever the condition is in that sense.
Yeah.
But that makes sense to, like, not really treat it as like an end-all be-all and just have fun.
Yeah. No, there's been a couple of shows like that, whether it was in, you know, Strongman or wrestling, back in the day, where, you know, you put all your effort in, and, you know, at the end of the day, you either meet your expectations or you don't. And if you don't, you know, it can be really hard on you. So I think it's really important for me and everyone else out there who might be listening to just have fun with it. You know, if you're not having fun with it, why are you spending hundreds and thousands of dollars to go out to these competitions and, you know, everything that comes along with that, hotel, transportation, all that? Why are you paying all that money and not have fun? It just doesn't make sense. So I really think that I personally need to get back to that. So we'll see if that's a permanent bump up. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how I size up, because I also don't want to be in a situation where I am bottom of the pack every single show. And I know we just talked about, you wanna push yourself and continue to grow, but I like bringing home some hardware. So there's also that. So it's a balance. We'll see.
You're like, I'm not going in to win, but I'd like to win.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I always go to a show with that intent of winning or podiuming. Like the Arnolds, my goal was to hit the finals. So I mean, we'll see. I'm hoping to hit the podium on this. If I don't, whatever. I'm making a whole trip out of this. I just moved down to Florida from New York. The show's in New Jersey. So I'm going up and seeing some family, making a trip out of it. Yeah, it was even briefly discussed. I know this is totally random and off subject. It was even briefly discussed going to a courthouse and getting married with my now fiance.
That's
while
awesome.
we're up there because all the family's in New York. So I don't know. This is less of a business trip and more of a leisure trip. Do I still intend on bringing my best? Absolutely. I always will bring my best. I'm not going to go to a show if I can't bring my best. But yeah, should be fun.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I definitely look forward to it. I honestly have you predicted in the podium. To be honest with you, I was like, if anybody beats you, they're probably winning the show.
Yeah. not to sound not to toot my own horn, but yeah, I think I'm up towards that top level.
Yeah, I mean, you have the most competition experience, and
exactly.
all these weights are weights you've touched before, so
yeah.
like it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I know the techniques for all these events. I know how to do them. I've touched all these weights multiple times. It's just, how's everyone else do?
Yeah.
We'll and it, doesn't really affect me much. I'm going to go do my best, try to hit some PRs, try to see how quick can I run that 650? How many times can I hit that 275 bag? How many times can I go back and forth with that 250 bag until I pass out? I'm just trying to do my best. I think that's important for me and everyone else. Just do better than your last show. Just improve every single time, and over years and years of doing it, you'll get to that top level.
I don't think you could have said any better than that.
So. Well, thank you.
Are there any like closing remarks you have, or like anything that like you really want to talk about regarding this show? You mentioned obviously wanted to get married, so it's pretty cool that it's super close to New York.
Oh yeah.
So definitely would be cool to do some like day trips to like New York, or like maybe you can get some food there.
Oh yeah. The past couple of shows that I've done, like the Arnold, Nationals, America's Strongest, they're kind of not full day obligations. The Arnold more was, but Nationals and America's, you have your couple hours where you compete, you go out and enjoy yourself. I love those shows, and I know we're promoting America's Natural Strongest, and that's not the case here. It's a 6-day show. It's a 6-event show. It's going to be a very long day. But I'm sure Matt Cooney's got it straight down. We're going to have a very fluid day.
I'd imagine we have 4 lanes for everything. It's a pretty big gym.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I've seen pictures. I haven't been to the new pit gym. I was at the old one, but I'm sure it's only an improvement. But yeah, I mean, that's part of it for me personally. Whenever we go out to these competitions, if it's a longer drive or a flight or whatever, let's make a trip out of it. Like we went to Greenville, South Carolina. Well, let's go check out what does Greenville have? What does Greenville have to offer?
Yeah, that's what I did when I went to Nationals too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
The barbecue there is amazing. In case anybody doesn't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I think that's important too. Kind of enjoy yourself, make a trip out of it. That's how I look at it. Even qualifying for Worlds. I've never been to Scotland. It'd be super cool to go out to Scotland. I don't know if it works financially. or anything. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, that flight's gonna be like 2K.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, it's expensive. You know, we don't we don't get much help with any of the flights or anything like that, and that's all out of pocket. But that's why you got to enjoy it. You got to go. You can make a trip out of it. That's why I wanted to bump up, because if I qualify for Worlds, I don't want to have a $2,000 flight and hotel room and all that stuff and a cut on top of it. And then I can't even go out and enjoy myself in Scotland because I'm all sucked out for a weight cut. No.
I mean, if you get an IV bag or two, you should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know how to cut, do that.
Yeah, no, I've done it before. I mean, I know the process, and I've kind of ironed it down. But it's just it's a lot of
still
stress.
A miserable process.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, even leading up to it, you know, when I'm cutting to 80 kilograms, I like to be like, you know, high 80s, low 90s, 190s. Before I start my water cut. And that takes weeks. I haven't stepped on a scale in weeks, but I'm probably sitting about 198 right now. I'm probably right on weight. I might be under, who knows?
Yeah, but you won't have a hard time with that considering the weight cuts you've done before and wrestling. I mean, a wrestling water cut is much worse because you guys weigh in 2 hours before you compete.
Well, yeah. I mean, believe it or not, the biggest cuts I've done were for Strongman. You know, I did plenty of horrible sweats, trash bag, all that stuff for wrestling for a competition. But you weigh in 2 hours. You know, you weigh in 2 hours before you compete, so it's not like you can kind of fluctuate your water as much as you get for a 24-hour weigh-in. Didn't have to cut anything for this. I'll be kind of upset if I have to. I'll really have to reel it in.
It's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah. Not to brag. I know it's a little bit of a different situation from you.
Yeah, I cut down from 240.
That's substantial.
But I was fat, so it's kind of why.
I mean, you had a lot going on in your life, so I mean, it's totally understandable.
Yeah, being a dad is fun, but it is a little challenging sometimes.
I can imagine. I mean, that's something we've been kind of talking about, something down the road. But yeah, I don't know if I could do it yet. I don't know if I could do what you do yet.
I mean, I'm 32, so you got some time.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have any other like closing remarks necessarily. I'm just really excited to meet some new people. You know, a lot of the names I don't recognize. No offense to anybody out there. I've gotten away from poking around online. So I don't really know too many of the names. So I'm excited to meet these people in my class and others. There's obviously people that I have met before that I'm excited to see again. And I'm excited to just go have some fun. Don't think I'm coming. Don't think I'm not coming to win. I am coming to win. I want this title, but my priority is going and having a good time. And we'll see how it goes.
That's a winning mindset, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I'm winning either way.
There you go.
Whether on paper or not.
I'll close it there.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't get any questions.
I don't think so. I didn't see any messages from YouTube, but that was like the general gist.
Okay. Well, beautiful. This was fun.